Can you beat Angry Birds without birds? Part 2. If you haven't seen the first one, you can click the video on screen now, but let's go over the rules. I'm trying to beat every level with as few birds as possible, and banning power-ups because those are lame. Last time I beat the first 21 levels, but this time I'm going to finish off poached eggs. Over the first 21 levels, I used 32 birds, but as about half the comments complained, I did miss one minor detail in level 2. You could bounce red off the back wall to knock over all the pigs and finish the level in one bird, so that's an easy one bird saved. Anyways, on to level 2-1. There are two main structures, and I need one bird to take out each one. The structure on the right is pretty easy to topple, as it's about as stable as a house of cards. But on the left, we have a bigger problem. Not either of the big guys, the little one. I can take out the big guys pretty easily, but I don't know how to take him out. If I aim specifically for him, then I don't hit the big guys. Instead, I aim for the wood in between the pigs to kill the little one, and knock the other two off their platforms. From there, a simple chuck finished the job and added 2 to the count. The next level seems like a bluebird's dream. Everyone's resting in a pool of glass, just waiting for you to dive in. It seems like it can surely be done with just one bird. However, the birds are so spread out and there's so much other stuff in the pool like rubber duckies that I couldn't ever quite manage with one bird. With 2 birds is even a struggle. I first took out these pigs with a bird and got lucky with one of the birds bouncing up and killing another pig. I then used a second bluebird to take out the rest of the pigs for another 2-bird finish. Level 3 is really annoying because it's perfect for chuck, and they give you 2 chucks. But they're stuck behind 3 reds, so you can't use them. With my first red, I took out these 2 annoying pigs who were hiding away from the building. Then I sent 2 more birds to topple the structure and bring it all down, giving us 3 more points. Level 4 is a break from the heartache though. If I line up my chuck well enough, he can tear right through this building and hit the ice, unleashing boulders onto the 3 idiots below. Most of the time, the boulders lost momentum or couldn't do it, but on this attempt, they managed to get all the pigs in one bird. 2-5 is the introduction to the bomb, and let me just say, I love this bird. He breaks through stone like it's nobody's business and can explode on a moment's notice, doing tons of damage. However, he can't quite take everyone out with an explosion. My strategy was to launch him into the castle walls and then light him up, hoping he would do enough damage to take out every pig. But I could only ever manage 3 of them and had to use a second bird for the final pig. Level 6 is the exact same situation, where it's so close to being able to be done with one bomb. But the 2 hardest birds to kill just so happen to be too far away for one explosion to finish the job. So I had to use 2 bombs to finish this level. Level 7 also takes 2 birds, but I think it's a lot cooler. With my first chuck, I took out all the wood on top. Then with my second shot, I toppled this stone piece into the pit and knocked out every single pig. In 2-8, I can start out by knocking this boulder off with chuck. This simultaneously sends a boulder of doom onto these pigs on the right, and chuck rolls to the left to take out this pig. I can never figure out a way to also combo in the final pig, so I had to use a red to do that. 2-9 is almost so satisfying. The first shot always looks incredible and sprays blocks in every direction. Then I would throw a bluebird in there and it would go all of 2 inches into the hole. Which is a lot, don't get me wrong, but just a little more would have been nice, so I didn't have to hire a whole other guy to finish the job. 3 birds. Level 10 was just beautiful. Words can't describe it. (2-11) was another swimming pool, but this time I have grenades. With my first one, I shattered the first tower and then took another 2 to take out the birds and surprisingly durable glass. But with fun pool levels like that, we also have terrible, awful levels like level 12. I spent about a half an hour on this level, and I was even doing the intended strat for 3-starring this level. I'm just bad. You're supposed to use 2 bluebirds to take out this mound of glass, but that's the easy part. Then you have to line up a beautiful arc to come over, smash this wood, and take out the pig. But then you also need this platform to topple over and take out the other pig on the left. Pretty much every time, the stuff wouldn't topple because of how weird Angry Bird physics is. Or too little stuff would topple to fully kill the pig on the left. It was infuriating, but still only 3 birds. Thankfully after that, I get a soothing and relaxing level 13. I basically threw a Chuck in the trash as he does about nothing and then launched a bomb straight into the middle of this defense and watched the carnage unfold. 2-14 introduces the final new bird in poached eggs, Matilda. She poops out explosive eggs and flies upward at ridiculous speeds. In this level, I use my first shot to send this train out to the right and this pig out to the left, killing most of the pigs. I did then have to use another bird on the far right to take out the remainders. If you're enjoying, then subscribe for more videos like this every Monday. Thank you. Level 15 is another Matilda level, and it's really just about threading the needle into these tiny holes. For my first shot, I actually used Matilda's fast takeoff to crash into the building and take out the middle pig. I then used 2 more Matildas to drop eggs into the bunkers and finish the level. 2-16 continues the trend with Matilda and starts out with an extremely precise drop onto some TNT. Then after that, I need to take out this building. I thought I completely flubbed this attempt and looked away from the screen for like 10 seconds, and when I looked back, I had 3 stars the level. Cool, I guess. Level 17 is just pure pain, as I have to continuously drop eggs into these tiny gaps to kill pigs. And I only have 3 birds, so I have to use all of them. I spent like 20 minutes using all 3 birds, and I finally got it. 2-18 is surprisingly close to 1 bird. We started with a bluebird and have to take out these 3 birds while simultaneously knocking down these boulders onto the pigs below. However, the bluebird isn't quite powerful enough, so I had to call in a Matilda to help out with the last one. The next level also requires you to use 2 birds. One to clear out some debris, and the next one to fly right into the defense and destroy everything. 2-20 was a lot less cut and dry though. To get this level in 2 birds, I first needed to land this super precise shot. Not hitting the wooden blocks, but also staying low enough to hit into the stone on my way out so I can clear a way for the Chuck coming in after me. Eventually, I threaded the needle with Chuck and took out all of the remaining pigs. Level 2-21 is the finale for this part, and it's a big level requiring a ton of birds. I used a Matilda to take out this first bird, and then threw 3 more birds to soften up the defense enough for a bomb to take the rest of them out in an epic 5-bird victory. We're officially halfway, and we can start on World 3, back in Level 1. By hitting this TNT, it knocks a series of stone balls, finally dropping this boulder down on the pigs. However, it quickly loses its momentum and only takes out the little ones. This helmet pig drops and usually takes out another one, but that leaves us with 3 pigs still alive. Instead, I aimed red at the perfect angle so that after the TNT, he falls down and takes out the excess pigs, beating the level. 3-2 is not so kind and locks in a very tight camera. To get the minimum amount of birds, I first had to make a very precise shot with bomb, killing these 3 pigs for sure and at least somewhat damaging these pigs. Then I shot a bluebird and took the rest of the pigs out for a 2-bird finish. Level 3 is basically a pachinko machine, but the 4 pigs are unfortunately too spread out for 1 bird to knock down enough boulders. But with 2 birds, it's as easy as cake, and I can move on to level 4, which also requires 2 birds. A red in the beginning, and a very satisfying bluebird to take out the 3 remaining pigs. I thought 3-5 was going to take at least 2 birds. My strategy was to break through this skylight and blow the building up from the inside out, but the defense on top was pretty solid, until I got a perfect line and dropped right in. 1 bird. Level 6 looks very satisfying as I watch it back, but was an absolute pain to perform. First, I arced a bird just right to hit the first pig in the train. But then I have an even more perfect arc to activate a Chuck into this wood, slowing him down just enough that he doesn't bounce over the pigs, but retaining enough momentum that he rolls through all of them without stopping. It looks cool, but took more than 15 minutes to pull off. Level 7 is a similar deal, where I figured out what to do pretty fast, but lining up 3 perfect birds took forever. My first shot had to knock over these pigs and hit the TNT down below. I then had to make a bluebird both knock this guy on top so he rolls off this ledge, and also hit this TNT, killing a pig and launching a stone ball over which breaks this glass and falls down, blowing up more TNT and killing another pig. Then finally, after that, I just have to use a Chuck to take out the final bird. 3-8 is just terrible. It's built completely for bombs, and you do get 2 bombs, but there are 2 useless Chucks thrown in the middle. I tried my best to just beat the level with a bomb and 2 Chucks, but it would never quite work. I couldn't break through the stone to activate the TNT without the second bomb, so I had to use 4 birds for this 1 level. The next level is thankfully not so mean, but it is so tantalizingly close that it made me sad. It looks like you can shoot a bird and have it fall down, hitting all the pigs. Sadly, these small pigs don't stick out enough for that. So, after taking most of the pigs out, I had to knock over these Jenga blocks to finish the job. I'm almost certain that level 10 can be done in 2 birds, but after half an hour, I gave up. To do it in 2 birds, you need to send a blue bird and have it perfectly line up so that the first 2 pigs fall into their pit and kill the pigs below, and have the third blue bird hit this stone off to kill the pig on the far right. Then with your chuck, you just have to make a super precise shot onto the final pig. But for the life of me, I cannot get the first shot to line up. Usually, one of the pigs up top dies too soon and doesn't fall down to assassinate his brother. So I eventually just had to use Matilda for cleanup. The next level also had potential for shaving, but a lot less of it. You have a beautiful structure made out of ice, and I think it might be possible to do in 2 birds. I managed to take down 2 bigs with 1 bird in most of my tries, but that always leaves too much extra debris or things like that for me to activate another 2-for-1 coupon. There's simply too much stuff, so I sadly threw a 3rd bird to finish off this level. 3-12 is the perfect level for a bomb, which is why I'm given 0 bombs and a whole bunch of useless stuff to fill in. I'm able to use a bluebird and a chuck to fly through the skylight and take this mustache mana on the right. But I need another 2 birds on the left to take out the other 2 pigs, so it comes out to a total of 4 birds. Moving on, we now face a Rube Goldberg machine that is very satisfying to watch, so I'll just let it play out. (3-14) is another great level with a simple strategy of very precise moves. I start out by knocking this wood down a pit to get the pig beneath before shooting a chuck with perfect precision to hit these 2 guys. Then, all that's left is to line up 3 bluebirds perfectly to take out the last 2 pigs, resulting in a 3-bird finish. The only highlight of level 15 is that I accidentally clicked this power-up and got to use it for the first time. It actually sucks, but it was a break from the monotony. Level 16 gets a lot more fun though. I basically chuck this red in the trash as he's weak and can't do anything, and then pull out the beautiful Matilda who perfectly dumps her egg into the center of this base and collapses the entire building with one glorious egg. 3-17 reveals the bomb's one weakness: wood. He tears through stone like he's a wrecking ball, but one little step stool and that's a little too much to ask. So I had to be careful not to hit the stairs with my first bird to take out the first 3 pigs. Then from there, I think it might be possible to chain together the final 2 pigs, but I could never manage it, so I used another bomb and a chuck, giving us 3 more birds. Level 18 is pretty comparable to a massive migraine. If you want to prevent this, you first have to take out the 2 outside birds, as they have an annoying habit of just barely holding on and ruining your run. So after you take out those guys, you can use your 3rd bird to clear away as much rubble as you can so that Matilda can rupture the stone floor and activate this TNT. Hopefully ending the rest of the pig's lives and giving you 3 stars. Level 19 is a lot less of a migraine, and I got it 2nd try. You throw 1 red at this TNT, and then another red at this TNT, and they all go boom. Level 20 doesn't have TNT, but it has something even better: bombs. And let me say, this level was my favorite because of how satisfying it was. It took 3 birds, and all of them were just exquisite. Finally, we have level 3-21. A king sits at its center, and we have a seemingly infinite supply of bombs and Matildas. My first bird took out 2 pigs, and the next one blew up the infrastructure and took out all the pigs besides the king. I then weakened the defense with a Matilda and launched a present right next to the king, finishing the level with 4 birds. Tallying everything up, I beat poached eggs with only 134 birds. Feel free to give this challenge a try since it's super fun, and comment below if you improve my score. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.